Just put this one on fire. From clashes over land and grazing rights in Benue State and coordinated ethnic militia attacks in Plateau State, to resurgence of insurgency in northeast and banditry attacks in northwest, as well as parts of north central, insecurity threatened the very fiber of Nigeria's existence in 2025. The Global Terrorism Index ranked Nigeria 6th worldwide in 2025, up from 8th in the previous year. Behind the statistics are human stories, lives lost, families displaced, and communities living in fear.
If you look at the West African security tracker, it's indicated that there are over 5,000 incidents in Nigeria, which amounts to about 12,900 deaths all over Africa, West Africa, and of these 12,900 deaths in West Africa, Nigeria accounts for 45% of this death.
In the face of the attacks, President Bola Tinubu reshuffled the service chiefs, replacing the then Chief of Defense Staff, General Christopher Musa, with the then Chief of Army Staff, General Olufemi Oluyede. The president appointed new Chief of Army Staff, Chief of Air Staff, and Chief of Naval Staff. He also declared a nationwide security emergency and ordered the Inspector General of Police to immediately withdraw police personnel attached to very important personalities. Also, following a wave of attacks in November, including an attack on church worshippers in Eruku in Ekiti local government area of Kwara State, and mass school abduction in Magatown in Kebbi State, as well as in Papiri in Niger State, the Minister of Defense, Mr. Badaru, also resigned his position. He was immediately replaced by General Christopher Musa. As Nigeria grappled with the issues, the United States government under President Donald Trump designated Nigeria a country of particular concern, accusing the government of complicit over an alleged genocide against Christians, which sparked debate both in the country and outside the country on the veracity of the claims. Mr. Trump threatened to also deploy U.S. troops to Nigeria. On Christmas Day, Mr. Trump announced that U.S. military carried out bombardments on terrorist enclaves in Nigeria. The federal government later confirmed President Donald Trump's announcement, saying it was a joint operation. The announcement came barely a day after a mosque in Gambaru Market in Maiduguri in Borno State was attacked by suicide bombers.
It's all security measures. Anything you can put in place to prevent the loss of lives and property, put them in place. If it's going to take the international community to ensure the protection of lives of the Nigerian people, put it in place.
Nigeria needs to be very careful to ensure that there is fairness, there is equity, and there is balance in terms of how these operations are carried out. It should never be seen to be against a particular faith or a particular ethnic group. If that happens, then it will create more problems.
Despite the setbacks, security forces recorded gains. Approximately 3,000 bandits and terrorists were neutralized. At least 1,000 kidnapped victims were rescued. The Force Public Relations Officer, CSP Benjamin Hundayin, also highlighted major achievements recorded by the Nigeria Police in the year.
Total of suspects arrested for the year, 5,721. And in terms of recoveries for firearms, we recovered a total of 1,766 firearms. And for ammunition, we recovered a total of 13,487 ammunition. Do not forget, this is across the country from January till date.
In terms of investments in security, the Tinubu administration in 2025 allocated over 6 trillion naira to security and defense, with over 4 trillion naira for personnel costs and over 1 trillion naira for capital expenditure on hardware. But analysts say funding must reach operational overheads and intelligence fusion to translate into safer communities.
For me, I will advise that the Nigerian government should carry out this war as an intelligence-driven war, because we don't, bring in intelligence, we will not be able to succeed. And 2026, I would strongly advise that the Nigerian political elite should stop the use of talks.
Nigerians should expect a sustained fight, sustained onslaughts on criminals, on terrorists, on bandits, sustained.
As 2025 closes, Nigeria's security remains fragile, but experts believe if the federal government prioritizes community-based security partnerships in the coming year, strengthen intelligence sharing across agencies, and invest in conflict prevention mechanisms that address root causes, coupled with reforms that build trust between citizens and security forces, Nigeria can begin to turn the tide towards lasting stability. Emperor Simon, Channels Television News.